Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. Today on my desk I have one of the most anticipated rugged phones of the end of 2025. Its name is AGM G3 Pro and it is one of the very few rugged phones equipped with a thermal camera that we will later test with many tests, both with fire and also with hot water. And the rest of the camera section isn't bad either, with a 64 megapixel rear main camera and even a 50 megapixel selfie camera, a useful one if you often make video calls or use it to take selfies. Ours the photographic section, which is not its only strength because it is equipped with a mega LED camping that allows you to illuminate at night as well as during the day, and then we will test it at night. Super speaker from 5 watts, you can listen to music, watch movies with a very high level audio, and in addition to the very powerful audio, it is also equipped with a frame that has passed the most severe tests of resistance, such as the IP68. Lip 69, even the STD810H, which make it fall-proof. I could stand here all day, waterproof, dustproof, and even scratch-proof. If I put you enough curiosity, put yourself comfortable, leave a nice like, subscribe to the channel, and before leaving with the unboxing, I remind you that if at the end of the video you will have fallen in love with this fantastic right phone, and leave a direct link to buy it both in the first comment and in the description of this video. As for the basic equipment inside the box, in addition to the G3 Pro, you will find the user manual, the charger, compatible with quick charging at 33 watts, is equipped with Type-C slots, the charging cable equipped with double Type-C slots, beautiful stickers that I really liked, and the nano SIM stick. And now let's analyze the layout of this beautiful AGM G3A starting. See from the speaker, look at the size, really a lot of stuff, and it has a power of 5 watts. Do you feel the quality? I hope you feel good on camera. Feel that bass approach you. The grill almost vibrates from the power. One of the best sounding rugdophone I've tested on my channel. And by the way, the 5-watt speaker is not even huge like other devices that have a mega speaker that occupies the entire back, so small, compact, but really very powerful as far as the photographic compartment is concerned. Here we have the beautiful thermal imaging camera. Look at the temperature of my hand. I'll also show you a test. Look at what happens if I transmit heat with my hand on the desk. Let's go see. Catch you. There's my handprint. This is my YouTube post. Let's go use the thermal camera a little bit. Look at the soft boxes at the top, how they're overheated. Let's also read the temperatures that are between 20 and 25 degrees. Let's see the temperature of Alexa, which in this case in standby has a temperature of about 20 degrees. About half an hour ago, I also cleaned the house with Dreaming, which has a temperature. The 31st, at this time, the terms are off. In fact, it can also be noticed by the thermoscanner. And now let's go do the fire test. Look at how it detects the temperature. We are on 130, 120 degrees, and it has automatically changed the temperature ranges to choose the colors. In this case, the yellow and red are temperatures that go well beyond 200 degrees. If I now go to an obviously colder area, as you can see, it's back to the normal range. So even a hand that has a temperature in the 30s is detected as yellow or red. Look at how quickly our cast iron pan that I used to make flatbreads is heating up. Among other things, with the thermal camera, it's cool because you can see perfectly the more intense heat flow in the lateral areas where the flame is acting is slightly cooler in the central area. And now I go to open the hot water of the bathroom sink faucet. I also close the sink cap because I want to do a waterproof test. But in the meantime, enjoy these beautiful images with the thermal camera. Look how it is detecting hot water. You can see perfectly compared to the blue of the rest of the sink. And let's immerse the cell phone in the water so as to test the waterproof of this AGM G3. We leave it here for about 10 minutes and then go to take it again. Let's get him out. We shake it a little bit because as you can see it's all wet. By the way, it is also nice boiling since the water was hot. He recognized my facial right away, so I would say that as a security it remained perfectly active. Let's see the smoothness of the screen despite having hands together, and even the wet screen works perfectly. The waterproofness is guaranteed both by the test that it has passed, but also by this case truly ultra resistant and covered by protective rubber throughout. The areas of the phone. As for storage space, this mobile phone is equipped with 24 GB of RAM, 12 basic plus 12 expandable, 512 GB as for ROM, expandable by an additional terabyte thanks to the micro SD slot. As for the battery, we have a 10,000 mAh battery, for now powerful and sufficient to make it last with an average intensive use even for 2 consecutive days, and above all that allows it to remain with size. Acceptable coupons for a ragged phone. Being able to fit all these features into such a small case was an engineering masterpiece by AGM. Because look how everything was fitted together perfectly, and above all, they managed to also include the area for wireless charging. And now let's go try it live. With this beautiful purifier of the switch boat, we go to place the cell phone right in the designated area and watch how it is recharging, so have a cell phone. Rugged, equipped with 18-watt wireless Arabic charging, is not so discounted to find on the market and is compatible with reverse charging, so you can use this mobile phone to recharge other devices. Look at how it started to recharge, a feature that could come in handy on many occasions. And since you are a very demanding audience, I moved outside to test the mega LED of this AGM G3. I start with the standard cell phone. This is the light. Now I'm going to light this. The small shrub is quite visible, but to have a more powerful effect, you need to illuminate the leaves from very close. So just move your cell phone to the right and left to not have the entire shrub completely illuminated. And now get the super LED from GM instead. Look at the light. I hope you can see well from the camera. Even if I am far away, you can see perfectly all the shrub, even in the upper area that you could not see before. See the leaves in relief, but even at a distance of 3-4 mAh, it still manages to illuminate. So I would say that the LED of this AGM G3, as far as I am concerned, is 100% approved. And after going around to take night photos with this AGM G3, I got home and let's go see the engine temperature. Look at that. You can see perfectly the endothermic part compared to the hybrid part. The engine has a temperature of about 35-36 degrees, given that the park was just over 1 kilometer away. I didn't drive much, and even the tires have a higher temperature than the body of the vehicle, and the camera is so accurate that we can also see the temperature of the brake disc. On the left side you will find the volume control and the power button that also has the fingerprint sensor. At the bottom, well protected by this protective rubber, you will find the Type-C charging slot and the 3.5 jack for headphones, and on the other side we find this very useful first customizable button, decolor in red with triple function, and the slot for nano SIM, also protected by this protective rubber. Thickness of only 16 mm, a height of 17 centimeters, a width of 8.2 for a total weight of 375 grams. As for the photographic sector, I went outdoors to take pictures with both the thermal camera with the main rear camera, and as you can see from the images, I was really surprised by the camera despite low light days. Also because we are in October, the quality of the details and especially the colors have reached a good level of naturalness, and also the shots towards evening when it began to get dark have not lost neither quality nor resolution thermal camera that I also used at night to shoot the fauna in the park of my city. And even in this case, I was even able to measure the temperature of the animals, which is the most unique feature. It is rare that you can only do if you have a smartphone equipped with a thermal camera, and even the selfie camera gave me a lot of satisfaction also because it has a 50 megapixel lens that is practically impossible to find in other rugged phones in its same price range. What you see is the video that I made at night to the ducks that were taking flight always in the park of my city, and a among the various thermal cameras that I tested on my channel, this one of WID Tray also has an excellent resolution of 5/12 per 384 pixels. And as for the video of the 64 megapixels that I recorded while walking in the arcades of Bologna, they proved to be of good quality, stable, and above all, I found no particular defects. As an operating system, we have the very reliable Android 15 with this configuration, which I really like. Also, look at these clocks that indicate the time zone of the main cities of the world, mega photo gallery, and also the memory cleaning function as aspect is structured, including our avatar that you can customize, which just greeted me. But returning to the navigation, I want to show you the speed, and I must say that this Octa-Core 5G mediated Dimensity 7300 processor behaves really well, even under heavy loads. And after that, we will also verify it with a gaming test. Let's open an article, so I'll show you the opening speed. Look what a show. We also try to zoom the photo, and I have to say that we are there. We also do the highlighting test, and I would say he passed it 100%. Let's also take a tour of the settings. They are the classic Android settings. It is compatible with Android Auto, so if you have a compatible vehicle, you can connect it to your car. As for the display, I also show you the minimum and maximum brightness. And being one LCD IPS is really very bright, and look how adjustable it is to the minimum. You can hardly see the processor writings. It is also very efficient in the use of social media. I opened TikTok, and as you can see, it is full of videos made with artificial intelligence. Lately, kittens are also becoming popular, but look at the scroll speed, really impressive. Let's also do a test on Instagram. Also, in this case, I'm going really fast, almost faster than my eye, but the cell phone doesn't crash and there's no lag or slowdown. And now that I have opened all these applications, and let's try going to TikTok again, let's see. Crash with all open applications, but I must say that even in this case I see neither lag nor slowdowns, so much stuff. Processor and RAM. But going back to the RAM, I want to show you where to go to expand the memory. Procedure. That is very simple. Just go directly to the settings until you find information of the smartphone. Click on running memory and click on memory expansion. You can choose between 6812. As you can see, in this case I have increased it to the maximum capacity. While we're at it, let's go test it. The customizable button has 3 functions: one click, double click, and extended hold. With one click I set up YouTube. You see? As soon as I clicked, it has already opened the function. With a double click, I posted the Google Play Store. Also, in this case, the opening was quick, and with the prolonged hold, I set the thermal camera. As for the display, we have a Full HD Plus 6.72 in. With a 120 refresh rate, resolution of 1080 to 2000, from 400 pixels, and as you can see from the images, the quality will really leave you speechless, because let's remember that this is a rugged phone, and obviously the design idea for this type of mobile is definitely the resistance, but apparently in this AGM G3, they managed to make a right mix between resistance and quality. A plus if you will also use it to watch filmoseri.tv and to test the processor of Dimensity 7305G. Yes, I have done several game tests on which I could find an excellent loading speed of both games and applications. As for the gameplay, was excellent, both with regard to the sound factor with sounds, especially in shooter games, really very similar to reality, but also with regard to the fluidity of the game, thanks to the display with a refresh rate of 120 Hz that allows you to safely play all competitive games and enjoy the best more dynamic scenes, and thanks to a battery of 10,000 per hour, you can also play more than 20 consecutive hours before having to recharge it. In summary, you will have in your hands a mobile phone resistant, reliable, fast, and above all with an excellent autonomy. And I end this review with the price. This beautiful AGM G3 Pro is launched on the market around 690 euro. If there will be coupons or discounts, I will definitely leave you in description. But back to the price. I must say that a mobile phone with these ultra-resistant, waterproof, dustproof feature with a mega LED, camping with a 5-watt speaker, is also equipped with a thermal camera. With 5G processor, it is really hard to find it on the market, also because having all these features condensed into such a thin cell phone was truly an engineering miracle created by GME. If you have any questions about this model, feel free to write it on the comments. From Lucatac and from this beautiful AGM G3 Pro is just about everything. I salute you and see you in the next video. Hello?